how it works is rapid fire topics at you, and when I feel it gets dry, then I'll make another topic, and then we're just gonna keep going for like 7 minutes, and what we're gonna do is cut up the clips, like the 30-second clips, put them on our Instagram page, and whichever clip gets the most views, we're gonna give that group their own podcast.
Okay.
I'm Naudi Nala. Hello.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Perdell.
And I'm Breezy. I am a content creator, streamer on Twitch. You can find me at it's Breezy XOXO on Instagram.
What does it take for you to have a one-night stand?
Just hanging out the first night.
For me, you got to be fine. You got to be like, providing something physically that just makes me react. And yeah, that's about it. Because one night stand is like, you're taking
It's also
the
hard
chance.
because I feel like I'll sleep with a person more than once. So I feel like one night stands are more rare.
Okay.
But I only had
But one
or
night
two
stand, I
one-night
feel like
stands.
it's like you just met him. You're out, you just met him.
And then you
at
never
the end
sleep
of
with
the
them
night-
again.
Not necessarily. Oh, yeah, I guess.
Right?
Yeah,
It's like a one and
stand.
like I don't really have one-offs.
So
I'm really
I
bad
don't
about
I
that.
can say this. I was in New York, and I had a few one-night stands.
Okay. I love to get the man's perspective.
So I didn't do too. I mean, in New York, I feel like the women are a little more aggressive.
They are,
So
and I love it.
I didn't do too much of anything besides just look at them, give them a little eye, wink.
Oh,
lick my
they
lips.
approached
Really?
you.
Okay.
No, they really approached me. I had
Yeah.
this one girl. Hopefully, no one sees this.
Oh, they're gonna see it.
We are on set. We are on set. I promise to God. And I looked at her, and she was just staring at me, and then she came towards me, started rubbing my stuff,
Oh, like that?
and I'm like,
That's-
Over the pants
I'm
or
like-
hand in the pants?
over the pants.
Okay.
And at that
It
moment, I'm
matters.
like, okay, it's about to go down.
How
Yeah.
aggressive was she?
Right.
I would say some other things, but I keep that PG.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had a one night stand with a guy just because he was wearing like a boucle sweater, which is just my favorite fabric, and it's what like Chanel, old school Chanel.
Do they sell these at
That
Macy's?
night, I know I'm bad. I'm bad. He's probably gonna see
See-
this. He's gonna know it's him.
I've only had one night stand in my life, and it was just like
Oh.
the vibes were right. It was cool. Like, but I'm like you. I like to have sex with somebody continuously. So it's like a one night
Right.
stand. I'm never really like, you got to be super interesting. We got to be super vibing for me to be like, giving it up like that. But I've only had one in my life. And
Finish the
That's
line.
surprising.
Finish the line. I define cheating as blank.
I don't know.
So I define cheating as, it could be two things. It could be emotional cheating or it can be physical cheating. There's two.
Okay, I agree with that. I mean, I'm so big on like with what I do in my job and not so
What is that?
well, I make adult videos.
Okay.
For those who don't know, which is why I was like, I'm Naudi Nala.
Oh my gosh.
Those who know will know. But yeah, so I've never been bothered by physical cheating because I do understand that you could sexually be attracted to somebody but not be breaking the loyalty that you have and like a love with someone. But it's hard to find. You have to be in a very committed relationship, solid communication and shit. So for me,
So-
cheating is really like you want to be in love with somebody else.
So for me as a guy, the cheating is physical. I don't care if you like somebody Instagram, talking to somebody, that don't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
I only care for me. I don't want my woman sleeping with somebody
Step
else.
out, yeah.
That for me, unless we got an open relationship, then that's different. But if we don't have an open relationship and you step out, that is cheating.
I'm the same way. I'm very modest naturally as a person.
Yeah.
So that right there, I can agree with that. It's like when you actually act on it. There's emotional cheating, which I don't really adhere. Like I don't care as much. But when you step out and take action, and like that's when I'm like, okay.
See, like, if they're gonna tell me what they want to do, it's not gonna bother me.
That's so
because
interesting.
Okay, but that's different.
But-
That's different. Like if I'm telling my girl,
well, so that's why I feel like in a physical sense, physically cheating is like, you know, that you're being deceitful about it and not telling them, which is why I think relationships can be extremely
isn't that
successful.
considered a open relationship then?
I don't think so. Like my parents have been married for 30 years and they're very open with each other, but not in the sense that they sleep with whoever they want, but like they have a little girlfriend thing. And then my grandparents have been swingers. They've been married for 51 years and they've always been very open
See?
sexually, but they've only ever been with each other.
Swinger
Like
grandparents
there's
is
never
wild.
been any time in their marriages that they've had open relationships that they've either one has ever dated somebody else. They've always been married to each other and they sexually enjoy their lives together still. So I think that can exist, but it's very rare.
Yeah,
And
I can
like I said, the
understand that.
communication has to be solid.
I can really understand that because really it's just you and your partner, right? And like I can see like, you know, down the line, you're like 20 years into this and you're like, okay, we've been doing the same thing. Things get old. Like we're only human and we're individual humans. So I can see
Right.
something like, and I feel like if you're on a like level playing and you're discussing it, open communication with your partner, I could be open to like things, you know,
So-
because I like sex. Like I'm modest, but I like to get down. So like,
So-
it's like,
like you know, I do agree with what you said. Like, so if we in a committed relationship and we got some years under our belt,
right.
it is gonna get boring.
That connect, yeah.
You know, and as a guy, you know, we do like new stuff. It's just is what it is.
women do too.
Girls do too.
Okay, you know, so we both can agree that
Yeah.
we like new stuff.
A
so
car
after
needs
a
new
while,
parts.
but I believe there has to be some type of communication.
Right, and agreeing.
So
That's
why
why
do
I
you
answered
why do you think people cheat?
I think people cheat because I feel like a lot of people don't have that communication with their partners. Like
Yeah,
they,
to maybe say they're not like satisfied or they
So-
want something else, or I think that it is communication.
I
Yeah.
can give y'all real answers why guys cheat. Because I got a bunch of guy friends who are married.
We're taking notes.
10 plus years. So first of all, I got a guy friend. Hopefully he don't see it either. He's in Italy.
Don't see it.
Oh, he's
You're jinxing it.
I know. You know, take that out.
Listen,
So
Check the place out.
be like I got a distant uncle over there who told me.
So I got a guy friend, and he's been married, I believe, 8 years, and his wife doesn't give it up to him.
Oh,
Wait.
See? Yeah.
Hey, so they can go 3 months, and he calls me, and he's faithful. He's been faithful.
that's a long
3 months,
time.
and
Can't
you know,
even go a week.
so he'll call me and be like, "Hey, P, I think I'm about to do it, man. I'm about to just
Sheesh.
give up my whole family." He got a whole family, and he
Yeah,
don't.
I can understand him,
So
low-key.
like, so that's a real reason. Like, I think as a
Yeah,
woman,
absolutely.
it's your duty to make sure you please your man. Because if not,
Absolutely.
Well, I think that's the beauty of a relationship, and I'm always like, why are you in a relationship if you're not trying to like
Right.
make that person happy,
But
man or woman?
I
Because
think
a
people
woman
forget.
cheats as well if she's not satisfied.
Right.
I think
So
people
I do
forget.
think
more
that
so
applies.
emotionally.
Yeah, and I think any type of dissatisfaction with a woman, she starts to slowly reach out and find it in another man. So
Right.
men sometimes just want to get laid and will cheat, but they don't want to throw away the woman. But I think
Yeah.
women might.
So
I feel like women cheat
that's the
more
obvious
emotionally
reason.
More,
than
yeah.
physically.
So I like to say this. So on my podcast, I always talk about the Pookies and Tyrone. So let's just toss them out. We're not talking about how they can't keep their
We're
dick in their
talking about
pants.
people who
We're
want
talking
a
about real guys.
relationship
So
and-
real guys that are struggling.
Yeah.
Got real reasons, not because they don't have no self control, self discipline.
Right.
Right.
Throw
real
them out.
reason. Okay.
But yeah, that's one of the real reasons. Just that's one,
Yeah.
and then
And that's totally understandable because if my man was like, I don't want to, I would be like,
If
okay,
you're not having
well,
sex, the
where am I
person's
getting this from?
stepping out.
Because yeah, absolutely, especially for men because it's such a big thing for men.
Yeah.
And
I
then
can
something too
understand
that I heard is sometimes guys we need physical touch, not like intimacy. Sometimes
everyone
we
does.
wanna,
There's beautiful studies about like 8 hugs a day, lowering your
I heard about that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
lowering your
Physical touch is,
anxiety
like,
and your
my-
stress. So I do agree with that. And men, I think, lack asking for it. Where like women, we might hug our friends when we see each other, or we're like maybe a little bit more intimate.
So we need to
I do agree with that.
not forget about that. Even though
Just the people's
we got
needs, I
10
think.
Right.
years in, because
When
we
you're-
kind of forget we got 10
And
years
I do
in.
think
You
women
gotta
can be
remind
kind of
each
harsh
other.
sometimes when they've been with a guy for a while and they're kind of like tired of them.
Yeah, I
and they
think
can
both
like
can be
maybe
kinda
not
harsh.
hug as much or something.
Yeah.
So, because men are very big on physical touch and
The one thing
and getting
I
that.
see especially because I date predominantly black men, is the emotional unavailability, and that's why
heard
I
that.
say
Yeah.
that women cheat more so emotionally because we encounter men and we're nurturers, I'm a huge nurturer. So like when I have a man, like I want to nurture you, I want to cuddle you, obviously have sex with you because I love sex. So like to have the fact that 3 months is, I don't know what she going through, but
I know.
it ain't me. But let me
got
just
kids?
Yeah, I don't have kids.
So
Yeah.
I hear people with kids. I don't have kids either. You know, you get
It will
tired,
change it.
Down
you
and
work.
stuff.
You know, so it's
I don't
just.
know, because that perks me up. So I'm like, shoot, let's get this off real quick so I can handle these kids right now. Like,
All right. How do you know when you're in love?
Well, I think that's different for every situation. Like every time you love somebody, it's gonna be different. So I think it's really hard to have like a playbook on love because it's just not natural for anyone. Some people meet and they get married after 2 months and they're together forever. Some people date for 7 years and then they get married and they're divorced after a year. So there's some, I don't know, I think it's really a chemical like connection and leading into that.
Love.
Yeah.
I think love is tolerance. And I think also
like that.
in general, in our community, we don't know, because, you know, the man in our household has been taken out for most of us. And a lot of people, especially my friends and the people I date, they don't have a loving relationship to look up to. So we're all kind of figuring it out. So I feel like love, it's tolerance. You know, it's getting to that place where you have tolerated someone for so long where you're just like, oh, I love this person. Like, I love what they have to offer.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll rock with this person, you know, until the very end. But I don't think in our generation, a lot of people know how to love, personally.
I don't think they do either.
The root word love is an action word. And, you know, it's a verb. So it's an action word. So it's more so, you know, it's not, you know, yes, it is the emotion that you feel, but it's pretty much like when I'm in love or when I love somebody, it's because I am doing something for them, whatever.
Right.
And
I
don't
think
get me
there's a
wrong,
lot of compromise with it.
it is, and like you
Right.
said, you know, it's compromise. It's been patient. It's you know, it's.
Working with somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
think-
the ultimate way you can look up love is just how does God love you?
Right.
If you
And that's
believe in
perfect
God.
love. So always revert back. It's a good
Understanding
one.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I was not raised religious at all, and
God
I was
isn't
like very
religious.
like a spiritual kid growing up, and I feel like people don't love themselves enough, and I think that's why they don't know how to
There's a lot
love
of
somebody
trauma.
else. So I think a lot of times when somebody's very faithful and they're like positive with their religion, they understand that God loves them, and they realize that love for themselves. So it can sometimes make it easier for them to really love other people around them. So, and I'm not saying a negative way, like I should have been raised religious. I don't think that. I think you can find it other ways, but
Yeah, you can always find it.
because
you know?
like I said, I'm very positive on
It's a
loving
personal
myself.
relationship with God.
Right.
Like, it's
And I
not
think that is what
organized.
some people can lose in this generation is like the personal relationship you're supposed to have to make yourself happy in the world. And I think if you can't understand that love, it's sometimes
Right.
hard to even recognize the love somebody else is giving
Yeah.
you. So
And to
I do
piggyback-
agree with you. I think a lot of people in this
Yeah.
generation don't know how to love.
And to piggyback off of what you said, because I deal with a lot, I'm single and I have a lot of single friends who are looking for somebody. And I am finding luck in men now because I chose to do the self work and I chose to love myself.
Right.
And that has like a different definition for like different people.
Yeah.
It's like for me, it looked like this. And once I turned into myself and was like, okay, I'm gonna get me right. Like I'm gonna be up
So-
here.
Yeah.
I wish more ladies, women, would do that because
It's
you
not
know
an outside thing, it's an inside thing.
I
So
agree
I'm
with that.
single. I'm single, and my problem with dating in this generation now is the older I get, if I date women who are around my age or close to it, I realize those women are broken. And I get it. They're broken because they've been through so much.
So true.
So much
Unfortunately.
drama
Yes,
trauma
sadly
that
true.
when they get to me, a good guy, not a nice guy, a good guy, I don't even want to deal with them just because. And now I understand, you know, people that said, hey, I'm going to start dating younger.
Yeah.
And that's it, guys.